Hi friends, the occasion was the 2011 edition of IPL 2020 match between Kings 11 Punjab and Deccan Chargers Hyderabad. One of the high-profile visitors among the spectators included Dalai Lama, the then political head and religious leader of Tibetan community in exile. Before the match, he was seen interacting with the players, blessing the players, and during the match, he was seen watching the match with great interest and enthusiasm. Now, in between the match, a commentator came live on air and started interviewing Dalai Lama. He asked a question: "Do you know who Sachin Tendulkar is?" Dalai Lama paused for a moment and then he replied, "I don't know who Sachin Tendulkar is." Mind you, he didn't know who Sachin Tendulkar was. In a country which is obsessed with cricket and which considers cricket as religion and Sachin as God, this answer shows that Dalai Lama's knowledge about cricket was alarmingly low and raises curious questions like, did he actually understand what is happening in the ground? Now, given the fact that even an illiterate child in India knows about cricket and the fact that Dalai Lama is not a cloistered monk begs the question, how effective will be his sermons while speaking to common man about real life situations? The bottom line of this whole affair is that Dalai Lama was not in touch with the reality even while being actively engaged in it. He shut himself from the reality even while getting actively engaged in it. Now, whether it be Dalai Lama or a priest who gets blinded by religious doctrines, a student who gets narrowed down to textbook knowledge only, a professional who is getting hauled up into cubicles alone, will have this danger of shutting himself or herself from the reality and is sure to face the music in the long run. Let's go back to the time of Jesus. During that time, the Sadducees, Pharisees and the Jews, they were grossly indifferent to the real life situations. What they were concerned about was regarding the archaic traditions and also the unjust laws. Now, at the end of the day, what happened was that the person who is having more wealth was equated with that of God's blessing, and the person who is suffering was equated that of God's curse. And then a priestly class meant you can do anything or everything. So the poor, marginalized and the suffering people were pushed to the brinks of the society. At this juncture, Jesus comes to the scene and says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God, and not the rich. Blessed are those who suffer, for they will be comforted, and not those who rejoice." Now, what is the speciality of this beatitude? Now, it portrays the image of Jesus Christ, and it reflects the reality, and it's a response to reality, and it is a call to revolutionize the reality. Now, in this regard, we have Blessed Kuriakose Elias Chavara from Kerala as a great example. He was a saint as well as a social revolutionary. He was contemplative in action. Now, let's think. Are we following the customs, traditions, laws and rules of the society blindly, or are we being sensitive to the reality around? In our lives, let's look up to Jesus as a supreme example and model. He blended the rules, laws and the real life situations so perfectly, which is well evident in the Beatitudes. Let's ask the blessings of Jesus to take practical and fruitful decisions. May God bless us all. Thank you.